Another major source of pollution to marine habitats are the chlorinated hydrocarbons, pesticides, insecticides, PCBs, and other types of toxic chemicals that are being dumped into the oceans at alarming rates. These are, for the most part, proven carcinogens, that is, cancer-causing chemicals. For example, harbor seals off the coast of Maine have some of the highest levels of pesticides ever recorded in mammals, either on land or in water. In fact, all along the East Coast, dolphins and seals have very high concentrations of PCBs, are covered with lesions, cancerous ulcerations on the skin surface, and in fact have internal cancer that is done on autopsies of dead and dying marine mammals. Not only are PCBs a major problem in the United States, in Europe, in the North Sea, thousands of seals have died because of PCB poisoning. PCBs apparently leaching from old landfills have killed off huge numbers of seals. Apparently it's destroying their immune system so that, as in the case with AIDS, they're subject to a wide variety of different types of viral diseases, many of them lethal. Another major problem in our oceans is the dumping of sewage sludge. We dump roughly about 1 million tons of sewage sludge every year into our oceans. In areas off the East Coast where this sludge has been dumped, it's formed vast dead zones on the ocean floor. Nothing is alive there, again, because of the decomposition we talked about previously. Surrounding those dead zones, fish are diseased and dying, suffering from lesions, skin ulcerations, and fin rot. Many experts believe that the greatest threat to marine life is the pollution caused by all of the plastics that we dump into the ocean. About 1 million pounds of plastics dumped every year. Sea turtles are dying at a very rapid rate, an incredible rate. They estimate up to 100,000 sea turtles die annually from eating plastic bags. Apparently the plastic bags look very much like their favorite food, their delicacy, which are jellyfish. They swallow the plastic bags, they become entrapped in their stomach and digestive tract, and they starve to death. Marine birds and other types of organisms, fish for example, commonly get entrapped and die from being entangled within the six-pack plastic wrappers that are used for soda and for beer. Along the same lines of discussing plastic pollution, I do want to mention the floating drift nets that commercial fishermen use, because they're responsible for killing thousands of seals, dolphins, and otters. These drift nets that are left unattended and just drift through the water are up to 25 to 50 feet deep, and some of them up to 40 miles long, literally floating death. But perhaps the most tragic of all of the types of pollution that can occur are the major oil spills that are becoming more and more prevalent. We're aware, of course, of the Valdez spill. That got a lot of publicity, but there are so many, many more types of oil spills to discuss. For example, in New York City and New Jersey, within the last year, there were 368 minor or major oil spills that occurred. Nothing is more pathetic than seeing an oil-slicked bird or otter that's dying from either hypothermia or is dead from drowning, either because they lost their insulation or their ability to swim. And probably the saddest thing is that these spills may be inevitable. The bottom line of a lengthy congressional report was that as long as we rely on marine transport for oil, Spills are inevitable.